A few days ago, a short video went viral on the internet to the effect that I saw a shopping guide in the business hall recommending an offline phone equipped with Snapdragon 480 and priced at $220 to an elderly person who did not understand phones. Afterwards, the topic of offline phones aroused heated discussions, most of which condemned the behavior of the manufacturer and business hall. We, these digital enthusiasts, seldom pay attention to the problem of $1,000 offline phones. If we don't purchase them, what products can we choose? As early as less than a year ago, when Redmi 10A was released, I expressed my disappointment. The economic downturn is not easy, but the only major manufacturer that pays attention to the entry-level phone, Redmi, chose to put it badly on the 9A iteration. So, when Redmi updated the iteration 12C of 10A, I saw that the upgrade was more powerful, so I bought one, and really experienced the entry-level product. Help to whitewash some offline phones. Start with a Taiwan Use the offline phone that you wash white by yourself, or give it to your loved ones. On the front is a 6.71-inch water drop screen, which is a slightly larger screen among the mainstream sizes. Although the chin dreams of Mi 8, the black border around the screen is comparable to that of the iPhone 11, but it is also a full screen, and its water drop screen has not been eliminated by us for a long time. The plastic bracket should even be considered an advantage on this model, which can act as a cushioning layer. For an entry-level phone, should the cost really be put on the face instead of the inside? Many offline phones look a little bit better than this one, but the configuration is not much better than it, and then the price will be doubled for you. Are friends who purchase entry-level phones really happy? Seeing the appearance of the frame, Xiaomi is directly compared to the mid-range phone of $2,000 or $3,000. The plastic frame, but its processing is not rough. If I insist on finding faults, I only found a shallow seam in the lower right corner. The color of the button on the right side of the phone has no color difference, and it does not shake at all, and it feels firm and does not collapse. On the upper left side is the card slot, with 3 card slots, which can hold 2 SIM cards and 1 microSD card at the same time. The top is 3.5mm headphone jack. I believe many target users are still using 3.5mm headphones. At the bottom are the microphone, microUSB, and oval-shaped speaker openings. Flipping to the back, the texture of the alternating stripes makes it feel and texture different from the plastic body, and it won't stick to fingerprints. The transition part from the edge to the frame is developed with 4 curved surfaces. The camera module is a bit like the high-end appearance of Redmi K40, which incorporates the cloud-level appearance. The camera part does not pretend to be a fake camera, and the AI logo on the left and the flash on the right are placed symmetrically. On the right side of the camera part is the matte Redmi logo, and the rear fingerprint recognition sensor, placed side by side vertically. The screen of the 12C is bigger. Although LCD has almost disappeared on mid to high-end models, there are still many $1,000 models in use. It is a pity that the parameters are not good. Let me talk about the ugly words first. The 12C has a 60Hz screen, and mid to high-end phone users who are used to 120Hz at every turn will definitely not be able to adapt to it, but the last phone of those who purchase it may be 60Hz. The resolution of 720p is definitely inferior to that of 1080p, but thanks to the LCD being better than that of AMOLED, it is not as serious as the blur and graininess as imagined. The LCD remake may look average. This screen is definitely worse than the DisplayMate A+ LCD on the Redmi Note 11T Pro, but the quality is justified, after all. The manual maximum brightness is about 432 nits, which is about the same as the Note 11T Pro predecessor Note 10 Pro. The panel is aligned around the edges, there is no uneven lighting and no shadows. The touch sampling is 120Hz 10-point touch, and color management. These points alone have already killed some counterfeit phones on some platforms. In addition, double-click to turn on and turn off the screen, lift to turn on the screen, color style customization, eye protection mode, castrated version of the dark mode are all retained, and the automatic lock screen time support setting never to turn off the screen. The LCD screen is not afraid of screen burn. On the previous generation of Redmi 10A, I was disappointed that the Helio G85 processor of the previous generation 9A was still used. Poor performance is not the biggest problem. By 4 and 64 gigs memory is 4 gigs LPDDR4X, supports up to 3 gigs memory expansion. It is more practical for small memory models. The flash memory is 64 gigs M5.1. Antutu has a running score of 220,000, and high-end models will perform better. Such a result, combined with system optimization, is a little card in actual use, but the usable level is faster than the old phone a few years ago, which still surprises me. It can be open to high frame rate plus ultra high resolution plus high definition picture quality, and the average frame rate in the game is 59.58, with occasional small fluctuations. Even games like Genshin Impact can be played, but the picture quality can be lowered to about 30. With motion blur turned off at full settings, you only get to an average of 15 frames, but to be honest, I didn't expect it to be playable. In the evaluation of many counterfeit phones, the counterfeit phones basically cannot play. The 12C is equipped with a large 5000 mAh battery and comes with a 10 watts charging head. The actual measurement uses the Xiaomi 18 watts charging head, and the peak value is still within 10 watts. This caused the charging time from 1% to 100% to reach more than 2 hours and 50 minutes, nearly 3 hours, and I still hope that the next generation will be pulled to 18 watts. However, although the large battery has been charged for a long time, with the G85 processor, the battery life can be described as super long, which is quite good for me as an artifact for watching dramas. It is almost twice the battery life of most phones. 1 day of standby, 7 or 8 hours of total on-screen time, and nearly half of the battery. Elderly people who are new to smartphones will also get used to them. 12C can allow them to charge once a week, and it will be full after a few hours of charging, which is similar to non-smartphones. The camera part of the 12C has been upgraded, even upgraded from the previous generation 13 megapixel single camera to a 50 megapixel main camera plus 5 megapixel sub camera. It's just that this upgrade is a bit strange. The 50 megapixel main camera is more practical, but I personally feel that the application scenarios of the secondary camera are very few. Maybe it is to make users feel taller. This tallness is also reflected in the camera app icon. Even the Leica camera icon of the Mi 12S series is given, which is a treatment that the K50 Extreme Edition does not have. There is a special model watermark for taking photos. In addition to photo and video modes, it provides portrait mode, night scene mode, 50 megapixel mode, and time-lapse photography. The camera supports HDR, the time-lapse photography, and the portrait mode all support the front camera, and the highest specification of front and rear video recording is 1080p at 30 fps. A night scene mode is also provided, and a simple night scene comparison with the K50 is direct shooting, night scene mode, and Redmi K50 direct shooting. After all, the entry-level phone can directly shoot the night scene, and you can see what it is. In the night scene mode, you can see what it is. Redmi 12C is equipped with MIUI 13, but it is actually a streamlined version, so it runs relatively smoothly, and the difference is not small. There is no negative screen on the desktop, and the widgets are in the Android native style, but some system apps are adapted to the MIUI 13 card style, which can also be fake. The background is horizontally switched, the background is not blurred. Long press the app will directly jump to the application details, and the app, split screen and small window, cannot be locked on the background page. Long screenshots and screenshot shortcut editing are removed, and clicking the floating window will jump directly to the photo album. There is no beauty function during video calls, which is very real. When some applications in the system are loaded, there is a process similar to the early iOS, displaying the last status screenshot first, resulting in a very fast second open illusion, but it is actually still loading. The white noise and common timing in the clock app timer have been removed. The built-in apps of the system support uninstallation, except for the 8 apps of phone, SMS, App Store, Settings, Camera, Theme Wallpaper, Contacts, and Browser. Surprisingly, the voice assistant is retained and supports multi-voice control, such as muting the class in the background, watching short videos in the foreground, turning down the volume of music playing in the background, and listening to music while playing games in the foreground. Almost all features of the privacy protection section have also been preserved. As long as Redmi sticks to its original intention and conforms to product pricing, I will not criticize Redmi's entry-level low-end models for castration, because I know that they will give everything they can at a very conscientious price. Redmi 12C still insists on allowing everyone to enjoy the fun of technology. I am very happy to see that the original intention of Redmi was still the Redmi back then. The past year has been difficult for everyone. But phones, as mass consumer goods, especially low-end ones, should not be used to convey chills. The Redmi 12C is made by a group of warm people who fully consider and research, and even the official website also gives away headphones. Will this really make a profit? High-end phones can make more profits, because you have what others don't have, because the products are strong, and because the research and development costs are high. But for low-end products, those who make and sell products, should have a conscience. Thank you for watching this review. I hope it was useful for you. Have a nice day and see you soon.